Good morning, everyone. I'm on here today. What's today? It's the 23rd. I should know that. But I'm starting off my dinner for my uncle because I'm going to spend Christmas with my grandbabies up at my daughter's house. So I want to make sure my uncle and my little cousins and big cousins was gonna be okay. So I'm doing their Christmas dinner here. I'm preparing their food today. And then I'll be going over my daughter's house and we're doing a girls Christmas Eve brunch. And then me and my grandkids and my daughter and then we gonna spend Christmas together because we don't celebrate Christmas like everyone else. We celebrate Christmas like we like the Christmas trees and the decorations, but what I mean by we don't celebrate Christmas like everyone else, we don't do the gifts. And we decided on this like 2 years ago because you know the traditional way, I'm not traditional. I'm like a real booyah. I like to say, like I said, I'm not a follower, but that's not the purpose of me doing it. I just feel like that's not what that day is about because I have 12 grandkids with one on the way. So having that many grandkids, I'm a single grandmother and a mother. So I don't want to be stressed out during Christmas time, because I can't get every one of my grandchildren the thing, something for Christmas, which I'm the type of grandma anyway. If I was to do anything for Christmas, it would be some things that they needed. That's how I was taught from my grandmother and them. When we were younger, they would buy us toys and gifts, but when we became older, she just got what we needed. So Christmas wasn't really for us at that time. It was for the kids because, they can enjoy toys and everything, which I don't discriminate on other people in my family celebrating it that way and if they want to get gifts and stuff, But that's not what I wanted me and my kids and grandkids to celebrate Christmas and make it about that because that's really not what it's about. It's about I just want to spend time with my family. I want to do activities and eat and do a little TikTok dancing, karaoke, just in bonding with my grandkids and my kids and just enjoying the love and of family. And so that way, if I do leave one out, I can't say that I got something and then it won't be it'll be balanced, in other words, because I don't get to see all my grandkids, but that wouldn't mean that just because they wasn't there with me, they're not in my thoughts. If I was the type of person to get them gifts, and I just don't think it's fair. So if I can't get all, I'm not gonna get none. So, I didn't make it about gifts. I made it about us just loving each other. And then, one day I'll probably have all my grandkids, Lord bless, together. And we celebrate Christmas in love. So that's what I decided to make Christmas about. If we do give gifts, it's from games that we win prizes from. That way it won't seem unfair to nobody and nobody won't feel less loved than somebody else because they didn't receive something that one kid got that was better, and nah, we not competing in this family. We balance. So we just enjoy Christmas in another way. So I do that separate from my family. That way my grandkids won't feel left out either. Now, if they want to bring gifts to the house, that's fine. After Christmas, we don't want them on Christmas. We can wait till after, or y'all can give it to them before Christmas. But no, we're not opening gifts on Christmas. The only gift we gonna open on Christmas is our eyes and our mouths. So anyway, I just want to get on here and just discuss the holiday plans and letting everybody know, since I've changed my life around, I don't really do things the traditional way. Not everything, some things I'm not going to change. But for the most part, as of now, because I don't know how I'll be feeling next year, however I feel, if I want to change it for the better for me, I'll change it, But as of now, Christmas is one of them holidays that, we don't celebrate it like everyone else. We love the spirit of Christmas because it's beautiful, the trees and the decorative trees and the presents, and I always say I'm a decorate for Christmas, but like I'm not gonna really have gifts under my tree. I'm just gonna have boxes decorated like gifts because I'm just doing it for the look. I love the look of Christmas, but the way other people celebrate Christmas, that's just not how I want to do Christmas, because you can't really enjoy Christmas like that, really. And then you stressed about that one day, and it's just one day. We have 365 days in a year, and we concentrating on that one day. And then I'm really ready to celebrate the new year. Because for one, that's my grandmother's birthday is on on New Year's Eve. And I just feel that's the time we need to come together and celebrate her and do things to bring in the new year, as far as bringing in a change of better, a change of more love, bringing in more love into 2026. That way you can be prosperous and abundant. So that's just how, and I was feeling like my fro, it's just, I want to be free today. That's how I'm living now. I'm living in my freedom side of me, But anyway, it'll be back in the ponytail before I lay down, because I can't worry. I just want to let my scalp breathe, because them ponytails be so tight on my head. So I take them down and I just let my scalp breathe. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to discuss that, and also I wanted to talk about, I was thinking this morning about the conversation I had with my granddaughter, because I don't want a cycle of mothers and daughters always bumping heads. Not all mothers and daughters are like that. Some mothers and daughters have a close relationship, but then you have some mothers and daughters that fight and feud with each other because they so much alike, it's like battling themselves for life. So they have to learn how to deal with they mini-me. So I be trying to talk to my granddaughter so she can learn the stuff that I had to teach, myself with how you can make things work with you and your daughter, like especially if you have a daughter that y'all don't really like, y'all bump heads because y'all so much alike. That's really all I can say. And I had to learn. I hope they don't say my battery low. Oh no, that's a message. But anyway, I was hoping that I could. Well, I wasn't hoping. I'm knowing. I already sent it up to God to break that generational cycle of mothers and daughters, not being able to get along and communicate. And, a lot of that comes from involving other people. So I had to I'm teaching my daughter and my granddaughter how to communicate with each other without having, if they have to involve anybody, I tell them to involve me. Because I'm going to make sure that they're balanced. I'm not going on neither side. I ain't taking neither side. In the end, it's going to be balanced, because in a mother and daughter relationship, in any relationship, but mothers, sometimes we have the tendency to think because we the mother, we have more authority, like to overstep boundaries, to say things that because we the mother, we think we entitled to say hurtful or say things in a disrespectful way. And I don't agree with that. Yeah. How you gonna want your child to have respect for you and you don't have respect for your child? It goes both ways, the behavior side of it. But your child already knows if you instill in them that they have to obey you. But I mean, who want to obey somebody when they calling them bad names and saying it in a hurtful way, So I just be wanting, when they mad, to calm down. And it's not a overnight thing. It's work. I've been working on them. I've been working on my babies for, I know, about 2 years now. And they get better. And they bump heads, but they always resolve it. And I love that. I love that. It lets me know that I am doing a good thing, because sometimes I used to feel like I wasn't a good parent. But, it's always room for change. We not perfect. But I almost let other people take my child from me too. And I think that had something to do with the spirit of the devil on people, Devil get in people and they don't even know, devil be using them to do things. And I just know I didn't want that same cycle with my daughter and her daughter. I didn't want my grandchild and my daughter to go through this cycle. So it took me to get older, and my daughter's grown now, but now she understands. I was never against her. I'm always for my child, but like you have people that's in the middle and they not trying to resolve and balance y'all relationship. They be in the middle making circumstances worse by speaking on stuff that they shouldn't even be speaking on, or not being positive about things. When a child will come and vent, and they will say bad things about their mom, and not to say that their mom probably wasn't wrong about it, but you have adults that entertain it in the wrong way and entertain the child and talk about the mama with the child instead of telling the child something positive. and let them know, once you discuss it with their mother, you know, it's just supposed to be a balanced discussion. If somebody's venting to you, they either just want you to listen, or if you not gonna resolve it by like balancing it out, if you speaking to make matters worse, you not a positive person, and I don't really be wanting. That's why I don't want my kids or my grandkids to confide in people like that, because people will make you think that you can confide in them, and they'll turn around and use their information against you or against your mama. You call yourself confiding in them because you mad and venting, and they looking for gossip. They looking for something to go back and discuss with other people, to say your mama ain't no good mama, or to say you a bad child. So that's why I teach my kids, nope. Don't tell nobody what y'all going through. If y'all can't sit and resolve it between y'all two, call me. Because I'm very protective of mine. And once I became awoke and saw that people was trying to do that with mine, I told God, nope. I most definitely gotta go to war now, because the devil trying to take my kids. That's like with my son too. I was just like, I'm not gonna let the streets take my son. He's not no bad guy. I love my kids. I didn't raise my kids to the best, but I'm not no bad parent. I only raised my kids from what I just self-taught myself. I had to grow up with my kids. So I still had a lot to learn, but I'm just so glad that, now my kids understand, and we just refuse to repeat that cycle. So that's why I'm just on here to let parents know. That even go with fathers too, with their sons. I know a lot of times, we probably do say they get on our nerves, they'll call and ask us something, and then they'll still do what they want to do. But I mean, it don't mean they not listening. They just, some kids are, like I said, you be trying to hold their hand and keep them from going in the dark. You gotta let them learn their own lessons and just ask God to guide them back, and He'll lead them back the right way. So I was talking to my granddaughter. That goes back to me talking to her about how when her and her mother kind of get out balance, and her mom, she's pregnant again, so she be already having these hormonal, emotional ups and downs, and happy and upset, how they be all over the place, as women and men who been around women, how emotional and kind of imbalanced they get. Well, when she called me, I was just letting her know, her mom not gonna put her in the streets, but what she need to recognize though is, don't let your mama have to ask you to do certain things. She thinking she getting pushed out the house because she becoming an adult. She thinking she 19, and she do need to get some things situated at her age. But we're not putting no age limit on how long it takes for you to become a ready adult to get out there in the world. It's hard out there. I'm not trying to push mine out there in the streets and they don't know which way to go. I want them to have guidance, and I don't care if it take till she 25 to get guidance. I'm not pushing mine out there in the streets like that. till they get balanced, and they don't have to be uh on the same, what I'm trying to say, they don't, she don't have to be at the same level as other people at her age. It's okay if she have to catch up. But like they say, the steady, slow person always win the race. When you try to rush and be fast, she ain't got to rush. I told her she already doing good, because the only reason I think she feel like she had to be so in a hurry because me and her mom, we had to grow up fast. We had children when we was her age. She don't have children. She just 19 years old. I don't want her to feel like, she have to hurry up. I'm proud that she made it to 19. She already broke a generational curse. She don't have any kids at 19. Me and her mom both had 2 kids when we were 19. So, that's a blessing too. That's why I say people always look at blessings, always be like money and superficial stuff. It's just the small stuff that I know God is changing in my life and breaking cycles. I don't want her to feel like she have to be in a hurry to grow up, and like we trying to push her out the house, Although I know she ready to be adult and do adult things, because she's not getting no younger. But I don't want her to feel pressured, because I'm just proud of the situation of her breaking that curse of already having children, and she didn't get to live her young adult life. She can still live her young adult life and do things for herself. So I was just letting her know, though, it's a difference between being busy and being productive. So while she's there with her mom, she's not working, and we're not gonna make her feel bad, because we already know what we need to help her do so she can get her a job and everything. So at this time, though, she's not working, but it's still always something to do. Be productive. That's what I told her. I say, let me give you a prime example. I had to use myself for example. When my lease was up, and I moved from where I moved with my daughter, because I only stayed there a little bit over my lease because I was wanting my daughter's apartment to be ready before I moved. So anyway, I didn't even really have a plan on where I was gonna go, because they was going up on my rent, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna call my uncle. And my uncle, with no hesitation, opened his door to me and told me I could come and, get myself together and do what I need to do. He was like, his door always open if he available to help me, And it just warmed my heart, because I was just like, for one, I hate asking for help, y'all. I really do. But when you need people, like I say, and you being a good person, God gonna put the right people around. And it's not like I couldn't go stay with my daughter. But she on her path and I'm on my path. I want her and her kids to enjoy their place, and I gotta set the example. So anyway, when I came over here and lived with my uncle, I was just letting my granddaughter know he don't make me pay bills. I don't have to pay bills. I just help with what I can help with at the time. Now, when I'm able to help pay some bills, it's not like I won't pay bills. My uncle knows this. but he's letting me get myself back balanced, because not only did I come stay with him, and I was just gonna work on my business, my food business, and I had, like I said, a patient when I came here within the same week, couple of weeks of me moving here, she let me go. So I end up losing my little part-time job, and now all I'm leaning on right now is my business. So he know, I'm gonna do whatever, so I gotta be productive. I can't just, if somebody open their door to you, and this is what I'm telling my granddaughter, with her feeling like, cause she's 19, all I'm telling her is just show her mama's not gonna put her out. Her door is always open to her. Just don't be disrespectful. You can't be disrespectful, and you need to learn how to show gratitude when people offer to assist you when you going through times of trying to get your life situated. So when you get up in the morning, just make sure that you help your mom with your little sisters getting ready. Just do stuff without her asking, show gratitude. I don't care nothing about, them not your kids, them your siblings. Help your mom get your siblings ready, because she's at her third trimester, and she needs a little more help than usual. So I'm not saying that's your responsibility, but while you there, you're not working, you're not paying any bills, you're not doing nothing, so you can be productive. Be productive. Get up and don't wait on her to tell you to clean up the kitchen. Don't let your little brothers and them run around and sisters run around after, you done cleaned up, and you think just because, them your mama kids, or you can't discipline them. If I'm 19 and I have siblings, 3 between 1 and 7 years old, ain't no way that they not gonna have any fear about me gonna whoop their ass for not listening to me. So I told her she gonna have to learn how to discipline her siblings. And she was like, well, they act like that with my mama too. Get on their ass for acting like that with your mama too. Y'all can't, ain't no way no 1 through 7 year olds got business running the household. Got everybody in there. They just talking noise and ain't nobody doing nothing. No. That's why I'm ready to go over there, y'all, for the Christmas holidays. My grandkids know they granny don't play. She love them, but they know granny don't play. I have all of them over there calling me, y'all. They be calling, telling it on each other. My 3-year-old grandson, Makai, he done saw how my daughter and them call and discuss, so he calls. Y'all, he calls and tell it on them, if the stuff ain't going his way. He even know how to sneak and hide and go under the cover. But they be hearing him talk to me. It be so funny. But I just love my kids. I love my generation that my daughter is recreating. They are all special in their own way, They all have special gifts, and I love them all. But I every time I talk to them, when they get off the phone with me, I make sure they in good spirit. We not getting off that phone and they still mad and stuff. So I'm working on my daughter and my granddaughter, and I know, like I said, I'm not gonna let God take my kids, and I just told her to learn to just be productive. While I'm here with my uncle, it ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. I clean up, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna buy groceries. If he need anything I can be of service to, I make sure that he comes first in this household, because my uncle works hard. He live more at work than he do here. So when he come home, I don't want him to come home no dirty house. I don't care if his kids do mess up. I get on their ass if I'm in there and they mess up. But sometimes I don't. I mean, it just depends. I'm more so of I keep the house clean, but I'm gonna need y'all not to take the trash out. The house can't stay clean. The trash always filled up and need taken out. And you know, I'm just big on that. But it's all boys here. His grandsons, and then his daughter will come through, and she have a daughter, but she have two boys. It's all boys here, so. But I just love the fact that I can get myself together and just like he's of service of helping me, I gotta be of service while I'm here. I can't be just being in nobody's house and not being productive and I'm not paying bills. You know, I'm always do something productive, you know. And then that's not for me to be comfortable either, just because, you know, that's what I'm telling my granddaughter too. That don't mean get comfortable and just let your mama take care of you. But right now you have no choice but to be still. Sometimes God be wanting us to be still in a certain place. He trying to keep us where we can get ourselves together comfortably, but you know, long as we doing something productive. Because if you're not being productive, God gonna tear that tower down, so you will have to get up, and it'll be in an uncomfortable way. So when people are around to help you, don't take them for granted either. Don't take the people that help you for granted. So like I told her, I just noticed like when I was giving her an example of how when her mom and them lived with me and how her mom would get up, she already knew. You know, the kids, they mess up, they gonna get up, they gonna clean up. And sometimes if I didn't feel like cooking, she would make sure that she'll get up. If I want breakfast, she'll fix me breakfast. Her and the babies, they'll come serve me breakfast in bed. I used to love that. I used to think that was so sweet. So it's just a way that you show gratitude, you know. And I never, you know, leave long as I'm breathing and I have a roof over my head, my kids will never be outside. So I had to work on that, like getting myself together and teaching my kids how to live without me, because I'm not going to be here forever. So I'm trying to instill in them right now how to make things work and let them know that all they have is each other. I want my kids to always know that they have to stick together. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm always, whoever was there for me, I never forget about people who was there when I needed them and didn't make me feel unwanted when they was there for me. I don't forget the people who made me feel unwanted either, but do I forgive them? Yeah, I forgive them, but I don't forget it. I know the people who was doing it genuinely, y'all know what I'm trying to say, genuine people. I know genuine people, and I know when people are doing it, you know, from the heart, or they doing it to have something to talk about. At first, I didn't know, but I started recognizing, you know, like I said, the spiritual side of me recognize energy. I don't pay attention to words too much. I listen, but I also pay attention to action, energy. I pay close attention to energy. So that's a lot of reasons why I try to teach my kids, you know, my grandkids, that to stop depending on other people's opinion. Stop involving people in private situations. If you and your mama not getting along, y'all need to learn how to resolve it without including everybody. And then while you there with your mama, be productive. Help your mama discipline your siblings, and don't let them disrespect you or your mama. But I don't have to tell it to my oldest grandson. The only thing I have to tell him is realize, he a man, and like when they do little stuff, you know how kids can be aggravating. And if he get angry, no. You need to go calm down. Because I don't like when people react out of anger because they can't take back. If they do something bad, they can't take this shit back. It's already done. So go calm down. Do you a breather, and then once you calm down, come back to it. So that's how I've been working with my family and my kids. And I just wanted to get on here and just let y'all know it's a difference between being busy and being productive. Because being busy, you can be doing a whole lot of nothing, and it's not productive. If you out here just looking for something or hoping something just come through for you, because ain't no way in hell I'm finna just ride to the store with somebody just to look like I'm busy and I don't need to get nothing from the store. I'm just riding to the store. I don't want to just ride to the store. I could be doing other stuff productive than just riding to the store. Ride with you to buy something to wear. How is that gonna be productive for me? Riding with you, and you going to do something for you, and I'm just gonna sit back and watch, or just ride with you to be company. Nope, I don't want to ride. Are we going to go eat? Or we doing something that we gonna do together? Or you just want me to ride with you and watch you do what you need to do? When I could be at home doing something productive. That's all I'm saying. Walk with you to the store. Walk to the store with you for what? Or you gonna get some things that I need from the store? Or you just want me to ride with you, walk with you? No. I'm like Young Dolph on that. If it ain't about money, I ain't moving. Can't take right now, baby girl, and I'm high. Busting down millions with my guys. Shit. On God. On God. You hear me? Y'all know I'm always throw Dolph in because that's my boy. Love me some Dolph. He be saying some stuff and y'all gotta catch him. Gotta catch him. Him and Key Glock. Y'all gotta catch them. They be saying some little hooks in they shit. I always catch the part I need to catch. That's how I found out that my friend was my friend. We was sitting up listening to the Dolph, and Dolph started talking to me, started telling me something about the friends. Y'all, let me stop laughing, because it really ain't funny. But I'm just telling you, my spirituality, I be getting messages all kind of ways, and I pay attention to the stuff around me that's going on with certain people around me. If I ask God to show me something, he always reveal it to me. So that's how I found out. I found out how people wasn't for me because I started paying attention. It's a lot more than what the 3D eyes see. I look more through my third eye now. So anyway, y'all, I'm finna get off here because I'm still looking at my blunt. I ain't lying, I'm ready to hit my blunt, y'all. So I can start my day. I gotta do my uncle's dinner so they can have, he talking about, and you know that dinner gonna probably be gone before Christmas. I say, well, that's on y'all. I was cooking it for today so y'all can have it for Christmas Eve, but if y'all don't have no leftovers for Christmas, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Look, y'all gonna have to survive till I get back. But Anyway, y'all, I hope everybody enjoy the holidays with their family, and you know, uh, enjoy however y'all celebrate. But just make sure y'all involve love and don't make it just about gifts, y'all. Make it about love. And happy holidays. I love y'all. Bye.